Betrayal is something happens in anime stories. The flow of character development will constantly keep the audience engaged in the storytelling process. Betrayals are usually carried out by characters who are unpredictable, like the closest friends or main characters itself. Because of that becomes a quite surprising part for anime enthusiasts. At this time we will discuss the top 10 anime where main character is betrayed and come back overpowered and surprise everyone's. Keeping watch this video. Let's go. Platinum End. Mirai Kakahashi's life turns into a gloomy and depressed figure, since her family died in an explosion. He lives with his father's uncles and aunts, where Mirai is constantly abused and despised. Because of her bitter life, Mirai wanted to end her life by jumping from the top of the building. However, the incident was prevented by a winged creature who stated that he was his guardian angel, named Nasi. Mirai is about to take revenge on her uncle and aunt, after Nasi reveals that they are actually the mastermind behind the death of the Mirai family. Mirai uses a red arrow, which is one of the priceless abilities of the guardian angel, which is where someone, if hit by the arrow, will tell the truth and do whatever he wants. In the end, his uncle and aunt got what they deserved, punishment from their past. Mirai and Nasi continue their destiny of survival, as they are chosen to be the 13 god candidates who will battle each other. Together with his two friends, Saki and Makoto, they will strive to use their abilities in the path of truth, and will protect each other when fighting against the god candidates. Tsukimichi, Moonlight Fantasy. Mishumi Makoto is a student who was summoned to another world, then betrayed by the goddess not long after they met. Makoto was banished to the ends of the world suddenly, without any warning. The goddess didn't care about his condition. At same time his duties as a hero have been cancelled, so he can live life freely. She was sent to another world according to the contract between the goddess and her parents. Since the beginning who is an ordinary person who has no advantages in any field. However, in the other world he was considered a gifted human and his strength was above average. He has magical powers, martial skills and god-given abilities. There Makoto helps the residents defeat a dragon. The dragon turns into a woman, then she establishes contact with Makoto, because she is interested with his life from original world. Arifureta, from commonplace to world's strongest. This anime tells the story of Nagumo Hajime, and the rest of his class, who are dragged into a fantasy world. In that world they were made soldiers of the kingdom to save mankind from the monsters. Nagumo Hajime became the weakest among them at all. Until one day when was running an expedition in the labyrinth, he was betrayed by his own friend. He was dropped to the bottom of the labyrinth, a place where powerful monsters roamed. After realizing that someone betrayed him, he no longer cared about anything but killing anyone he got in his way. To survive various ways he has done, such as setting traps and eating a monster. His journey in the labyrinth has turned his abilities into very powerful. He gains various powers from the monsters he defeats. With a girl vampire named Yue, who was found in a labyrinth, Hajime began adventures to find his way home, and then reunite with his old friend as the strongest person. The Rising of the Shield Hero tells the story of a hero who was summoned from the other world named Naofumi. He is summoned along with other heroes to stop the waves of calamity, or attacks from various alien creatures coming from the other dimension. Unfortunately, in the kingdom the shield user is considered useless. Since the beginning of his arrival, Naofumi was disliked by the people. Even the betrayal that the princess did to him caused he discriminated against from around him. From then on he couldn't trust anyone, except for someone who had a slave contract with him. He bought Raphtalia from the slave trader. He treated her very well, therefore no matter what happened, she always be on his side. When the king no longer provides support, but instead opposes him, they continue fight together. Naofumi and his team grow up together and becomes the strongest hero among the heroes. Turning the people perspective of useless weapon like a shield, into dangerous overpowered weapon. Redo of Healer. tells the story of hero who is always humiliated because of his imperfect abilities, unnamed Kyoru. But he managed to return to the past after defeating the demon lord and getting overpowered from him. At first Kyoru was a kind man, but after he was betrayed, he was locked up and tortured. His character changed drastically. He became a cunning person who took advantage of people for his own benefit. Kyoru also has the goal of avenging the actions of all those who have treated him viciously. In fact, he did not hesitate to torture and teach a lesson to the woman who had bullied him in the past. Since then Kyoru has indeed had a very terrible nature, but this only applies to people who have hurt him. Dead Man Wonderland. Set in a special prison built to confine prisoners who are about punishable by death. Prisoners inside the prison are forced to perform dangerous acts to entertain the audience. Igarashi Ganta is an innocent student who was punishable by death. Because someone had framed him, was accused of being the perpetrator of the massacre that caused all the students in his class to be killed. In prison he soon claims that he is a dead man, someone who can control blood freely. Ganta along with the women he meets enter a dangerous match, where they risk each other's lives. In order to survive, he inevitably has to win the match even though the circumstances are difficult. He is also still trying to find evidence to get out of prison and clear his name of the false accusations given to him. Berserk. The story of a swordsman named Guts. He is a former member of the mercenaries who played an important role in the 100 Years' War. But Guts along with all his members were betrayed by their own leader. They were sacrificed in a ritual to make a pact with the demon. From then, Guts became a heartless person. He didn't hesitate to kill anyone who got in his way. Using a large sword, he fights to various places to defeat the evil spirits. Guts also has a goal of revenge while looking for a way for his lover to heal from the trauma caused by his leader. Dororo. Yakimaru is the son of a territory lord who is willing to do anything for his power. He made a deal with the devil at the expense of his own son. Because of that, since birth Yakimaru did not have complete limbs. After being born, he was thrown away by his father and found by someone on the river bank. Someone raised and trained him in battle. When he was a teenager, Yakimaru could become a person who was adept at fighting, accompanied by a small child named Dororo. Yakimaru travels to hunt down all the demons who have stolen the city of his body, so that he can slowly regain his lost limbs. After learning the truth about the actions of his family, Yakimaru also harbors an absolute hatred for almost all of his family members and the place of his birth. Vinland Saga. Thorfinn is the son of the most famous warrior in the Viking world, unnamed Thors. Through the strength of his weapons and ability in battle, he earned the rank of captain when he was young. But now he has stopped and prefers to live a peaceful life. Once upon a time, Thorfinn secretly sneaked into his father's ship, then saw how his father died, because he was framed by a pirate named Askeladd. Since that accident, Thorfinn promised will take revenge, and intends to kill him with his own hands. But because at that time he was still child, and did not have enough ability. In the end he entered the group led by Askeladd, became a part of them, while honing his fighting skills to duel with Askeladd at the right time. From the first time he joined Askeladd, he turned into a cold-blooded individual with an unforgiving fighting style. Attack on Titan. If you are looking for a masterpiece in anime that has a good story and unexpected plot twists, Attack on Titan is the answer. The background is a man named Eren Yeager who wants to find the meaning of freedom. It turned out that on his journey, he found various kinds of betrayal, torture and injustice for the Eldia. An anime in which we will not find which choice is right or wrong, if we only look at it from one side. Eren becomes a powerful figure after learning the hidden secrets about the origin of Titan, and the history of the Great Wall that surrounds the Paradise Island. It was proven by him successfully conquering the Warhammer Titan and defeating the Marley Titans with ease. In the end, Eren against everything to stop his way. He activated the founding Titan power when touched with Zeke, and flattens the world with rumbling. Mikasa and Armin have no choice to stop Eren, even they have to kill him. Because all of Eren think right now is to step forward and destroy everyone outside the walls.